Welcome back to Lesson 12, The Return of Toad, Part 1. This is going to be the introduction to our read aloud to get you ready to listen to our next chapter. So let's review the last read aloud. Remember, Toad came upon a gypsy and he bartered and sold his horse so that he could get breakfast and some money. And as Toad was walking along, he fainted because he saw the men and the car. He saw the car he stole earlier and the men driving it. And he insisted on taking over. And of course, this is what happened. And at the very end, Toad sees an old friend of his. So what are some examples of how Toad acts conceited? He just does not stop making bad choices because he thinks that he's going to be above everything else, doesn't he? Whom does Toad come across in the previous lesson? We talked about the men driving the car, and he also came across his friend, Rat, and he ended up in the water because he was careless, once again. Today in our read aloud, we're going to meet some new animal characters from the wild wood. You will hear about weasels, ferrets, and stoats. These animals are personified in the story just like rat, mole, badger, and toad are. Do you remember what personification is? Try say that word with me. Personification. Remember, that means that characters that are not humans are given human qualities and characteristics, like being able to walk on two legs and being able to speak. The title of today's read aloud is The Return of Toad, Part 1. At the end of the last read aloud, Toad runs right into the river and then finds himself in front of Water Rat. What happened the last time Toad saw Water Rat? Toad tricked him and escaped out of the house, didn't he? How do you think Rat feels after Toad tricks him and escapes Toad Hall? Do you think Rat is happy to see Toad right now? How would you feel if a friend lied to you and tricked you? Would you let bygones be bygones, which means you just let it go and you move on? Do you think Rat will be willing to help Toad in this read aloud today? Why or why not? Listen carefully to find out if your predictions are correct. Make sure you answered the discussion questions, boys and girls, to show me your predictions. Enjoy the read aloud.